All right.
We got things. I got stuff.
Oh yeah. Ah. Let's do it. Let's do everything we want to do. Be productive, be awesome. Have a good time and a great day. We're gonna do great things tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I want. That's what I need. What I desire, what I require in life. Okay. Got what we want. We're here. We're square. We're good in the hood. And whatever the hell else want to add in there. Alright. Hell yeah. Alright, so we're gonna go abstract pines. Oh, lordy, lordy, hallelujah. Gonna be a day, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's gonna be tonight. Ew, gross. Alright, so... Do we already... I feel like we already have Salt Lake City. Or at least we should have Salt Lake City. This one's gonna be kind of rough. See, unfortunately, this is a problem because it's... Number one, it's gonna be mismatched as hell, so... Good old-fashioned Utah, man. Good old-fashioned Utah. That's just how it goes. Oh well. It's fine, I guess. Like, a part of me wants to do Salt Lake City and say, ha 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 ha, there you go. But also at the same time, it's like, eh. Like, in a perfect world, I'd like to do this and say, haha, there you go. But it doesn't really match what I want to do. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be brave here. I'm gonna turn off my model. Turn off the model. Somewhere in this menagerie of things is the face cam because y'all gonna try to be nice about it. Gonna try to keep my own promise to myself. Make sure I can actually like my own things still. Dear God, it's bright today outside. It's so bright. It's so bright, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like it. Alright, Dear God, really? My God, man. Alright. There's a thing going on in the back of my head here that is just having a... Got my little swoop going on here. Okay, good enough for me. Good enough for me, mates. Just gonna keep trying to figure this out, you know? Alright. Okay, so here's the situation now. So unfortunately, what they want is not a lot. That's the problem with this current setup of necessities, is that much to my dismay, what they're asking for is pretty not a lot. There's not a lot to work with here. So let's see. Well, first off, I know I can do the black bear because we already have the black bear version, do we? Black bear. Why does that look different? Why do things look wrong? Wrong! What's up, Necro? Good to see you. Welcome in. It's been a good time, a beautiful day. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here tonight. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna be a good day. Gonna be a good day. Gonna try to be productive and awesome and amazing. And, yeah. I'm trying real hard to make this... Like, I want this to work. I want this to be an okay name drop format. Cause like this, like, yeah, it's fine. It just feels small. I don't like it. Like in a world I would love if I had more yay or nay control over, I would submit this and say that's good enough, but I'm gonna get in my head. I'm gonna get in my own head today, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Well, I would rather just do the word Salt Lake City because you're not really gonna get much better of a style here. What's up, gal? Good to see you. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good time, a beautiful afternoon, evening, or morning. And of course, happy days to ya. We're just chilling out right now, working on some art projects today for a client over at Salt Lake City. My wife messaged me. What did she? You have diarrhea again this morning? Not that I saw. But yeah, we're trying right now is work on some art projects today. We're gonna do what we can to get through this little project tonight, get some good progress done today, and assuming that everything goes happy, awesome, and amazing, we're gonna do a little bit of like some like on the desk modifications to some things here because we can. Just a lot of like. Got a lot of things we're trying to do. Like, I'm hoping that like we're gonna get back to having a little bit more of a quote unquote calmer, kind of a calmer afternoon, you know? Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I don't wanna. All right, A-Team, Black Bear. Are you in the UK? I am not, Galb. I'm actually in the United States. Yeah, I myself am in the United States, and it's only like 9:44 in the morning for me right now. So, yeah. All right, gonna grab this here. Hit him with one of these. And then we need to double check to make sure that the length of this is the same proper height, because I swears it. Nope. I swears it. 132 on the width. Is that big enough? No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be a worrywart, you know? I'm not gonna be like all questioning my stuff, because, you know, we don't need none of that. We don't need none of that worrywartness, you know? We're just gonna be content. We're gonna let things go and roll around, and we're gonna have a good time, because you know what? That's how we do. We're gonna have a grand time, and that's all that matters. Oh yeah. Because I don't need to be pessimistic on a Monday. We don't need to be pessimistic on a Monday, bruh. That's all there is to it. Just cruise, coasting with the flow. You know? Gonna get back to doing what we do best, which is just trying and rolling around. All right, so with this one again, Salt Lake City. There's a discrepancy here. Hold up. Huh? Who made this? Them. Okay, they made it. Let's go ahead and do a quick little check here. American dog. I'm seeing 2 icon requests for the same design. Which icon would you like me to use for All-American dog? Alright, we're gonna do a quick little confirmation here, because I feel like there's something there. I like the stuff. Well, thank you very much, Galp. I appreciate that. Ba-boom. Here, you know what? Bam. Heart hands, because that's what you get. That is what you get for being awesome. No, I really do appreciate that, though. All right. Amananum. Amananamanum. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Alright, let me do one quick little adjustment here. Gotta scoot this down a little bit. Don't need you guys reading my messages to people. Although there's not really that much to like lose in the event you did read my messages, but eh. Okay, so again, we're gonna go back over here. So this is gonna be again for Salt Lake City, Utah. And what we gotta do here is yes. Yes. Here. He approved it as that. Gotcha. Thank you. What is it that blue stripe would be? Oh, blue stripe. The background? There is a major river area near the Moab region, and in terms of the tree, there are trees, but I see what you mean in terms. There's a major river. Let's see here. Moab. Colorado. It does. Like, there is a river, and Colorado does go through it. He's kind of holding the beer with his. He's kind of holding the beer with his thumb. That's how the past has always been. I have not seen the arch was not really water around it. Yeah, originally I did a orange texture, but it did not really come out well. That's how Sasquatch has always been. The scene with the arch usually has not water around it. Yeah, I did an orange texture, but I didn't really like how it came out. Kinda didn't. I didn't really pop right. Chris did look at it, but of course, am I high? Hopefully not, you know. Hopefully not. Determined. Wait for a picture. Why'd you time me out? Elliot, it was because you were being a little bit sus and the comments you were saying were unnecessary. So, yeah. Timed you out because you were just being a little bit too spicy with the comments. I was asked about the files. Yeah, but you were also like saying other weird stuff throughout the stream, and the files was just kind of like why, like what brought about the files things. So it was like the whole, like you just had like you had multiple comments throughout the stream that was just like man. So yeah, but I apologize for timing you out. Welcome back in. Good to see you. Of course. So. Gotta figure this out here. Because again, it's just, it's like one of those things where like the Sasquatch has always had the thumb like that. The Sasquatch has always had his thumb like that. Originally didn't want texture, but it didn't really come out well. Blended all the ones. It kind of didn't really pop right. Chris did look at it, but of course he may not have looked at it. He's probably older than me. I probably am. I mean, I am almost 30, so yeah. He's my homie. Well, damn. Damn, Unk. I know, right? Ain't that something? Ain't that something? All right. Do we even have a beehive? I don't even think we do. I don't believe we do. I mean, age is just a number in some cases. Really fine, and it was all very valid. Thank you for your thank you for asking. Oh, the weekend went by way too fast. The weekend went by way too fast. Oh, God. I don't know if I did anything. It's like you're not respecting them. You know, at the end of the day, guys, like when it comes to like, you know, how you guys address me, you know, I'll say if what you're saying to me doesn't feel respectful or if it feels kind of cringy at the end of the day, you know. Like, being called a good boy is kind of cringy, especially if I don't know you at all. But also at the same time, like, it's a very harmless comment that it's not derogatory, it's not suggestive, you know? If it becomes too much of a situation, then yeah, I'll be like, yeah. Elliot, again, you're gonna need to calm yourself down. If you keep doing these kind of sus comments, Elliot, I'll have to ban you, not just whatever. But I don't need that in my chat. So hi. So you need to calm yourself down a little bit. Calm yourself down, just a scotch. Because we don't need those. We don't need those kind of commentings. Don't ban me. Then Elliot, politely. Be mindful of how you speak in the chat, you know? Don't be speaking weird stuff. You know? Yeah. Because again, I'd rather not be uncomfortable from a chatter. Because that would be a little bit dorky. Alright, nifty hero. All right, so we've got ourselves right here once again, going back all the way down to Salt Lake City now. Oh, hi, cat. My cat has decided to bless me with their presents. I mean, to be fair, Elliot, I don't think it's really necessarily a goal for anyone to be called a good boy today. You know, that's like my genuine take on it. Is the green cube, Mike? Yes, this is Gazpacho. If you've never met him before, this is Gazpacho. He does his business and he chills with us, you know. 1847? Really? That feels really old, especially for even that. Does he smoke? No. I do not. I do not smoke. I have never smoked, nor do I ever plan to do so. It's not my shtick. You know, I've got a lot of personal reasons to never smoking. So, yeah. He likes me. No, Elliot, you've made me uncomfortable a few times with some of your comments, you know. Don't go assuming, you know. Don't be out here assuming stuff, big fella. So what do you do for fun? You drink? I mean, not really. Like, I cook. Believe it or not, that's about like the more fun things I get to do. I get to cook a lot. So, you know, making some fun dishes here and there, fishing, and of course gaming. So, plus drinking is expensive, man. I'll tell you what, alcohol is expensive as hell. It's a pain in the ass, you know. So you've never gone high? I have gone high in like once in my life, and it wasn't for me, you know. It wasn't my jam. It wasn't my vibe. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, so you know, that's how it goes. And you know, that's okay. Not everyone enjoys it, you know. Not everybody enjoys it, and yeah, it's how it goes. Like to me, it's like the reason why I don't drink oftentimes is that number one, expensive. Number two, I don't see alcohol as like a higher quality drink. I just see it as a drink, and you know, and to me, I just have like a lot of like personal things against like me drinking alcohol enough, you know. I almost got so high oh. Dun dun dun. What happened? Did they get banned by the auto mod? Nope, they just got pushed. Can you show me that green creature? Gazpacho's right here. They're right there. Just Gazpacho's just chilling. You know? We'll go 20 miles away from my city, and fun fact, I was really underage. I'm still underage. Damn. Well, you know, everyone's got it a little bit different. You know? Also, Elliot, please do not ask people their personal information on stream, you know? It's one of those situations where you can just call them by their username. That's all you got. That's all you got to worry about. You know? All right, that's it. All right, bye-bye. All right, banned. Bada bing. That's how it goes, you know? You're gonna be disrespectful to people in the chat, you get banned. I don't give a damn. All right, goddamn. Like, I don't know. Prime example of just sheer... Prime example of just, you know, patience and chances and everything else, because that right there is a prime example of why I don't like when people get too weird in stream, you know? Like, if you're gonna make people me uncomfortable, gone. Like, that's just how it is, you know? Like, I'm not gonna just let people, you know, pretend that they can do whatever they want on stream, you know? Like, if someone asks you to stop, you stop. If someone doesn't feel comfortable with a certain way of you being how you are, then you don't do what you're doing. Hi, Cat. What are you doing? What do you want? What do you want, Miss Cat? My cat is deciding she wants to be involved and present. But yes, I apologize for anyone who might have felt a little bit uncomfortable during that moment in time, you know? But yeah, it's... Again, you know, like there's the situation with like any streamer, you know, it's like at the end of the day, like we have to police our own streams, especially when we're smaller like I am. And, you know, you got to make sure that, you know, people understand, hey, don't do this. Hey, don't talk to somebody like that. It's really not that hard to not speak in a rude way, you know? I know, he's an old creep. Well, that's a good, and you know, like, one thing I will say is, like, number one, try not to ever say your age on stream. Hi, cat. What? I'm petting you. Hush your face. But yeah, I always try to tell people, like, you know, don't ever reveal your age. Don't ever reveal your personal information on stream, because there are people out there who will make situations happen. And, you know, especially, like, you know, you gotta protect yourself. You know, end of the day, you gotta protect yourself. But yeah, you know, like, you gotta protect your own personal self. You gotta have your own personal safety in mind whenever it comes to involving anyone in chat, because, you know, there are people who will come to live streams and, just like Elliot, you know, they will be rude, they will say inappropriate stuff, and it will become it becomes a thing, you know. And the biggest thing is, like, you know, you gotta make sure you respect your boundaries, listen to chat, listen to people. I did not. I was working on show items and forgot to for lunches, which led to overtime. If it makes things easier, I would be. Is that what happened? I don't know. I'm from America. Let me double check something here. I think it was, what led to overtime? What did that? Why? Oh, I see. I just had some late, which led to the additional overtime. Interesting. Sorry. The reason why, so what happened is I'm currently messaging a lot of individuals and people. I will not make a habit of this and will be more I will relay that to him in the future. All right, did not realize I was going to get intense on that. Let's see. Double checking something real fast. Why am I all of a sudden? Oh, yeah, okay. All right. Thank you for being. All right. Had to do some last minute modifications of some items here, chat. My apologies. All right. And then object, envelop with mesh, and then we're going to go one by one. Okay, so what we're gonna do here now is we're gonna go ahead and make a modification to this boy, and we're gonna what we're doing right here, chat, is we're gonna try to see about making some optical adjustments to this design in order to hopefully facilitate this as a different perspective here, because I need to see about, I need to make this thing to look reasonable and well. Let's see. Why do you look so tall? You have no business being this tall. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, it looked a little bit unnecessarily tall, and I was like, oh no. And again, black screen of undesirable. I don't know why the black screen has to exist right now, but all right. All right. I'll be extra with extra for a sake. Double check something here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I see what we did here. Yes. Okay. There we go. Had to make that happen. All right. Now I think we're good. Just gotta focus up. Just gotta focus up on this. All right. Okay, I'm gonna try to be very, very aware of anything that's going on. Oh, lordy, hallelujah. All right. Anyway, so we're gonna grab this. Okay. Now we're kind of back in the now we're back into the swing of things. I had a moment of like oof, but I think we're good. I think we're solid. We're set now. Had to do me a bunch of business, bunch of things. All right, and then we're gonna go all American dog. And then Salt Lake City. Booyah. Yeah, Beehive. Really, 1847 feels like a really feels like uncharacteristically old. Like, I don't know why, just like Salt Lake City, like 1864, 1847 sounds like hella old for a city like that. But then again, that's just me though. All right, so we're gonna pop that there. Good. And then what's Lo siento, Wilson? Lo siento, Wilson. You know, it's been so many years since I've watched Castaway that I always like forget that movie exists. Like, Castaway is just that movie that is just there, and then it just has the occasion where it's just like, haha, funny. Why does it look extra large for like no reason? Maybe, I don't know. All right, so we're gonna pop that alone there for now. Good. And then banana dog. And then we gotta go for the mountain dog over here. All right, we're gonna got that. We got it. We got it going, bro. We got it going, bro. All right. So now, why are you like this? What is your shtick here? Yeah, don't wanna accidentally transfer over the wrong cut color because we can't see the dang thing. All right, so this one, they want the Utah state flag. So here's the thing though, do they want the old Utah or do they want the new Utah? Because I don't know. Let me double check something here. All right, Utah flag. So the flag of Utah did change to this guy, which actually I think I can get away with this one because I think I have a proper way to potentially showcase this. Now, assuming that the person didn't just do a lazy thing and just made this into a white bar or a transparent bar, we're great. This is good. Okay, so we're gonna grab this and then somewhere in here is the thing that I need to find. Utah state flag. El flag. All right, groupity. And then 1 inch on that. All right, so what's gonna have to happen here is all right, command 7, grab. Okay, so what's gonna need to go about and go down here is now, well, actually, hold up. No, wait, I'm dumb. State icons, bandana flag. Okay, here we go. Much to my dismay, all right, so we're gonna do a couple things here to kind of make this function. Number one, we're gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna make this visibly, you know, make sense, because unfortunately, much to my dismay, this thing is not very... Yeah, this thing's not very amazing right now, which is fine. Well, it's not fine, but like, I have an idea of how I can make this work. I just gotta make it happen, you know? All right, and then bippity boppity boom. Okay, so for the most part, we got like the gist of this. So just gotta figure out how the hell am I gonna make you, because again, like, do I just, I always kind of forget, like with this one, like, is it better for us to do slight angle? Ooh, you know, that could be an idea. What if we do a thing where instead of all that, what if we make the beehive thing a bit larger and off to the side slightly? Again, it's one of those where like I don't have the best idea of how I want to make that look. All right. I mean, that is the Utah State flag currently. That is the current version of it. So let's just say, why the hell not? Yeah, no. All right, so we're gonna go Salt Lake City. Do you really only want the word Utah though? How about like maybe like Utah dog or something? You know, that does not use up. Oh, thanks, cat. You just see, like, this doesn't do anything. This does no good. Like, although yes, it can work, I don't like what it is, because to me this is not, I mean, like you could get such a better visual out of it by if you did like just Salt Lake City. Like, it would just do so much better, you know? Like, the spacing situation is just so much more improved with the word Salt Lake City versus just Utah. Because unfortunately, Utah is annoying. Utah is one of the most annoying states or cities I have to ever work with, because they don't like doing things properly. They are rude. They are rude, they are rude, they are rude. Okay, well, we'll see what that gives us about here, because again, I'm like, meh. 4 inches. Why are you weird looking? Alright, well, it's not the greatest, but, well, no, honestly, Salt Lake City is definitely the preferred format. Because Utah is just, there's just so much space. Oy vey. Big sneeze. That was a goodie, actually. That was like a hit me in the face kind of thing. Alright. I got plans tonight, chat. My goal is to hopefully get some attempts here at my goal is to hopefully get some attempts at making some chili for dinner today. I gotta like speed check our recipe real fast, because I am gonna need some cheese, a lot of cheese, and then I need to also, what was the other thing I need to do? I need to also get plans for tonight's night stream, because right now I've got plans to do another night stream today. Obviously, I'm trying to debate if I want to either do Yakuza or if I want to do Warframe, because Warframe's been doing really good in terms of like just making general content. Although I kind of need to get back into doing I need to get back into making more frequent content again. Also, Piccolo, good to see you, bro. Welcome back in. Good to have you in the stream. Drink, boy. Boy. Oh, yeah, we've got to make some content tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I also gotta edit a well, not really edit, but I gotta modify a video, because I want to make a video, a VOD. I want to make a VOD track. I want to make a VOD track of our Warframe stream from last night, because that was fun. That was cool. Although, I don't know. I tried out a new format for for streaming, and I didn't mind it, but I didn't love it. You know, I didn't mind the concept, but I didn't like the end results when it came to like making clips and all that. So my back's hurting bad. Oh no. Get you some icy hot patches. Get you some Shack patches, bruh. Not the Shack patch. All right, anyway, let's do bandana dog. Yo, Nico, want to know what happened to me yesterday? I'm gonna guess you threw your back out fighting hoodlums who were trying to steal your fly girl. What happened to you yesterday, Piccolo? Did you mess around and find out? Did you have a good time? Did you have a bad time? That's probably the more accurate question I should be asking is, did you have a bad time? All right, and then gonna grab you. I'm expecting like a legendary story. I threw my back out by hitting a new rep. Then on another streamer's stream, I got gifted a sub for absolutely no reason at all. Were you streaming your reps? Were you streaming your gym stuff? Or were you hitting the gym and then you got gifted a sub afterwards? Either way though, congrats on a new rep. What were you doing? Like a new deadlift weight? Well, actually, if you throw your back, the second, okay. I was like, damn, you streaming gym? I don't think I could ever stream my gym runs because like I feel like I would get so self-conscious. Deadlift, nice. Did you hit a PR? Did you hit a PR for your reps? Were you going for weight or were you going for number of reps? No, wait, hitting a new rep, psych. You answered my question already. Weight, nice. Get them gains. You know what's kind of funny? I remember like when I was younger, it used to always be about how like, oh, men go to the gym so they can impress the ladies. When in reality, the only people who care about bros going to the gym are other bros, you know? It's like, boom, yeah, I just benched 580 4 times. Yeah. Women don't care about that. The men's be like, yo, bro, get them gains. What's your reputation? Gotta support them gym bros. 100%. Women, not as many women care about the gym bro lifestyle as I think the stereotypes have always gone, you know? Like for some reason, gym bros are out here just being, the gym bros are out here being gym bros, you know? You gotta put respect to the name. You gotta put respect to the name, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it goes. Oh, man. You know, like, I tell myself all the time that I need to go to the gym, but unfortunately, I am such a lazy piece of crap with myself that I'm so bad at doing that, you know? So bad at doing about that. I feel like, right now, I just get back from the gym and getting a baguette. There you go. I know the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man? All right. This one, I think I can get away with just the word Utah. Let me try to be a little bit inventive here. The one who lives on Baker Street? No, I'm thinking of the guy on Drury Lane. You're thinking about Kevin. Baker Street Muffin Man's Kevin. We don't like Kevin. We throw things at Kevin. You know? We throw all of his stale baguettes at Kevin. Again, I don't like the lack of stuff. Like, there's not enough sustenance in this. Oy vey. I don't like that. It's just one individual text by itself and it just doesn't feel correct. You know? I don't know. I don't like it. That bear be chilling. Yeah, the bear be chilling pretty hardcore. The bear do be chilling pretty hardcore. So, yeah, that's how it goes at the end of the day, you know? I don't like this. I'd rather do Salt Lake City, Utah. You know what? I'm gonna do just that. I'm gonna declare that I know more than the client. I'm gonna declare that I know a better format than the client thinks. That bear a chill guy. I want to go there to see that bear, you know? That's fair though. Salt Lake City, Utah. Yeah, no, this is definitely a better format. Salt Lake City. Oh, easy, 100%, much better. But yeah, so what I was saying earlier about the gym. So like for me, chat, so this weekend, my wife and I went on a moderately decent little in-city walk. We walked for about like 2 hours, give or take. Hi.
Would you rather have to draw 50 of those in a row with only bathroom, eating break, or hit the gym for 50 hours in a row?
Oh, gym 50 hours, 100%. Because like, the thing is like, drawing 50 of something would suck. Especially if I'm required to get a certain level of detail. Thanks, Kat. If I'm required to get a certain level of detail, pain in the ass. At least with 50 hours at gym, I'm gonna gain something at the end of it. Granted, I don't know what I would do at a gym for 50 hours. Like, I could probably see myself doing like maybe like light cardio at a because technically it's 50 hours, but it's not like 50 hours of failure. This is not the Diamond Gym, you know. This is not we're not the Diamond Gym over here trying to, you know, 100 burpees, 50 burpees, you know. Yeah, this is so much better. Just takes in the space on more. But yeah, so like what I was saying, so my wife and I went to do a relatively okay walk. We walked for about like 5 miles or so. NiccoSilverado, right? And I learned how I learned how bad I am about my physical condition, ladies and gentlemen. My ankles and my feet were sore after just 2 hours of constant walking at like 3 to 3.5 miles an hour. Like, good God. Like, the fact that I got sore from such a light workout is just genuinely, it's not concerning per se, but it's just like, I'm so bad. That's why you gotta hit leg day. Gotta hit leg day. Oh, yo, I love leg day. Leg day is my favorite day. Honestly, I need to do better arms and chest. Like for me, chat, I love working my legs when it comes to doing an actual like workout, because like for some reason for me, legs is it. Legs is the workout of my dreams. Legs is what makes me feel like I am not a lazy piece of crap, you know? Question, what is the big three? So fun fact, the big three is actually it's a mantra. It's a mantra that I've kept to myself over the past almost my 10 years of streaming. And my mantra goes that if you can wake up every day a part of the big three club, then you're having a good day, or at least you're in a better mindset. And the big three is you are doing good, looking good, and feeling good. Now, granted, this is 100% your own personal opinion of yourself, because doing good means you are overall feeling like you are okay, you are in a good spot in your life, and you're at least able to tackle the day to the best of your ability. Looking good, you look into the mirror, you are content with your own personal well-being, aka I try to promote self-confidence in one's own inner and outer self. All right, doing good, looking good, and then feeling good. You know, do you have a headache? Do you have stomach aches? Do you have any sores on your body? Like do you feel physically okay? Because doing good and feeling good are two different things in my world, because doing good is about your present, your state of self, and then feeling good is your physical condition, or at least mental condition. And the reason why it's a mantra that I've kept for all these years, right? It's something that I try to achieve every single time I stream, with the hope that I will never stream if I am not a part of the Big Three Club, you know? Or at the very least, I am finding ways to strive to the Big Three Club, you know? It's basically, it's my vibe check. Like, straight up, it is my vibe check that I have kept on for, like I said, almost 10 years. And yeah, chat, I have been streaming, you know? I've been streaming for almost 10 years of my life. I have literally burned a third of my life thus far streaming and playing video games since I was 19. Like, do I regret it? Hell no. Would I do it again? Hell yeah. Like, there's something to be said about, like, you know, like long-term streaming. I have spawned. What's up, Brandon? Good to see you. Like, for me, ladies and gentlemen, I have always, like, up until very recently, I've never really thought of myself as someone who tries to, like, strive for any particular, you know, state of being, state of self. And, like, for me personally, where I am at right now as a person, as a streamer, as anything, I am very much content with myself knowing that I can be a streamer that I am now, and especially with how things have been lately, I feel like I can be good about having a small group of people that I can chat with, I can recognize by username, and, you know, I can build a connection with. And, you know, admittedly, could I have been better about how I streamed? 100%. You know, like, I'm not gonna lie, chat, I was a part of a golden age of streaming, you know, where there was a very fine line between streamers, YouTubers, and, you know, influencers. Like, there was a line between them. And now, of course, in my opinion, I feel like that has drastically changed. There have been now more and more people who are literally both and or all three of those categories. That, like, there's no longer like there's not as much of a distinction as there used to be, which is actually kind of interesting, you know, in the end of the day, because, like, if you guys think about it, like, the overall combination of how we as a people of, like, streamers and creators, it's weird how, like, we found a way to be as involved with, like, our people as possible from every step of the way of our content creation.
Would you rather have to watch the entirety of One Piece in one session, or the entirety of Dragon Ball, pre and past C, GT and the movies, in one session?
I mean, technically Dragon Ball is significantly shorter. I think, like, if you were to combine all of Dragon Ball with Z, Super, and Kai, you're probably looking at, like, maybe 300 to 400 episodes with movies. A Bridge 2, okay, so, you know, those are fun to watch. The thing with One Piece, right? For me, I like One Piece. The problem with One Piece is it's a slow starter. Like, One Piece, in my opinion, got good at the Alabasta arc. The thing with, like, One Piece is, like, you have to deal with a lot of filler. You know? One Piece takes, like, almost 100 episodes of, like, their format and style before they really start ramping things up. And then you gotta deal with the random filler episodes that they incorporated throughout the series. And then on top of that, you know, you have, I think it's like 1,300 episodes? 1,200? And, like, I think someone actually did the math for that. Like, I think if you were to try to watch One Piece in one session, every single second of every single thing, it's like 4 months of constant watching. Like, literally 4 months of just near constant One Piece. which to me is rather insane, you know. But also at the same time too, like, you gotta game respects game, you know, because I love One Piece. There are certain arcs that okay, ow, what do you want, cat? Come here. Blah, blah, blah. Hello. By the way, chat, cat. Just nothing summon. Cat. But yeah, there's a lot of situations where, like, you really gotta, like, there are certain animes that I would be happy to watch in one sitting, no problem, no issue. But, like, you know, One Piece is hard. As long as you don't skip Skypiea, the fandom won't attack you and find your exact location. You know, I can't remember why, because, like, I watched when Skypiea was current because I'm a OG. But, like, I forget why people skip Skypiea or why people don't like Skypiea. Because, like, to me, it's like Skypiea is just a part of the anime, and it had one of the cooler fights of the early season. And at the end of the day, too, you Anil? Like, did they just, like, not like the villain? Some don't like his design. I mean, he's got a very funky design, but also at the same time, too, like, that's just One Piece, you know? Like, the things that I like, One Piece has, like, some of the most, like, wild left field, things, even though he's peak, especially his big lightning form. Oh yeah. But, like, you know, you got, like, people from, like, you got, like, Thriller Bark, you've got the you've like One Piece character designs are just so outlandish that it just low-key makes sense, you know. And granted, yeah, he's got, like, his, like, really weird earlobe thing that kind of is a little ugh, but, like, you know, that's just how it is, you know. Like, One Piece has never been one to have, like, normal-ish like, no, One Piece has never had normal character design. And I will fight anyone on that. Just seeing that one clip of them trying to catch a sea lion. One disturbing thing, though, is Big Mom's backstory. No spoilers, but it's not normal. Oh, yeah, no, Big Mom is such a horrible... Like, Big Mom has got a very sad backstory for her, you know? And, like, she had... Big Mom had a valid crash out. You know, Big Mom had a very, very, very valid crash out for herself, you know, and you know, like, that's genuinely how it is. That's just genuinely how it is. Big Mom had every reason to be who she became, you know. She ate them. What does valid crash out mean? It's a valid crash out. You know, it don't matter if you eat them. You just gotta understand, you know, that you gotta do what you gotta do, despite whether or not it's against the Geneva Convention. End of the day. You know, that's how it be. Ain't no one gonna stop ya. We might laugh about it, but, you know. Why are you different sizes? Huh, interesting. She ate them. It's like, yeah. Have you ever played Brawl Stars? You know, I've thought about it, but unfortunately, no. Brawl Stars has never genuinely piqued my interest as a game. Like, I like playing Smash casually, but I've never got into playing things like Brawl Stars or, you know, like the other, like combat style games. I can carry you if you want. Nice. But no, like it is quite interesting. Just like, you know, what are you doing, cat? My cat's currently on my lap. I don't know what she's trying to do. I can't tell if she's like trying to bop the blanket or she's trying not to fall down. All right, let's go ahead and do this real quick here. Do you have a Discord? I do. If you want, you can do !Discord, and that'll get you access to the community server. We always welcome everybody in our community to come vibe with us and hang out. And then we of course ask that if you guys do join the Discord that you be at least over the age of 16, mostly just so we can keep minors and people from getting uncomfortable. But of course, you guys are always welcome to be a part of that. What was the command again? !Discord. But I can help you out with that there. So yeah, there you go. You got it. You got her. But yeah, and the reason why it's a 16 plus community is because we've had just annoying moments with minors in the Discord that have caused me to have to, for the first time in my many years of trying to stream and have a community, gatekeep individuals. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's just like, that was honestly like that was actually for me like the most annoying moment in my streaming career for a very long time, was the fact that I had to actively gatekeep my own community by age because of the actions of the super duper young YouTube crowd. Because like, to me, you know, it's the problem is it's not that people, it's not like younger kids themselves can't be in a Discord. It's just that like younger kids just don't know how to be in a public space without sounding cringe or without sounding like they want to tell you their social security number, you know? And yeah, like there's a lot of situations where like, you know, I don't mind a younger individual being in the Discord. It just comes down to just like, they just gotta know how to talk. They just gotta know how to act, you know? And most of them don't, you know? And like last year, I think it was, I had to put, for the very first time in my Discord, a age requirement, or at least an age request, because, you know, how am I gonna know if you're actually over the age of 16 unless you physically tell me? You know, it's usually like you can always tell, but you know, at the end of the day, I had to do it to protect my community, because there were just some munchkins who were really, really bad about, you know, just doing really stupid stuff. But it is nice having like people to come join the Discord and be a part of the community, though. I do generally appreciate that myself. Also, I just want to say, by the way, cheers to the community and cheers to everyone in the chat for just being here today. Thank you guys all for vibing with us, whether you guys are lurking, hanging out in the shadows. Thank you all for giving us the opportunity and the ability to, you know, do what we do right now, you know, be able to do our work, do our stream stuff, and to just be surrounded by other individuals, you know. Yeah, this is not a good design for something that small. right, we got Utah, Utah, Utah. All right, so now with this guy, we're gonna grab this dude, shrink you down a fair bit, go over here. Yeah, because this thing has to be kind of modified a little bit. All right, I'm thinking like, let's go ahead and get rid of this. And I got 5% decrease, should be okay. Nothing crazy, but enough to be all right. And then same thing here. All right, put that in the relative center. And then this one, we can just scoot the bars a little bit and we'll be just fine. Feeling thirsty? I just had water. I just had water, dang it. There. Water achieved. Drown. Drown. Gotta keep my boy hydrated. Ayo, you know, ain't nothing wrong with that. We appreciate the hydration station. Alright, I think like right about there should probably be okay. And then we gotta go like there. And that's close enough. Okay. So I'm gonna probably need to do... Actually, I have an idea. This is 23 points versus 17. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna scooch you up a couple points here. And then we're going to grab this, make it a 20. I make you the same point size font, actually. Yeah. We'll make you the same size font. And then out one space, out one space. Yeah, that's a little better. That's a little bit better to help keep the intention of the design somewhat the same, so. All right. All right, cool. So we managed to kind of get this one working up as we need it, and I think it's okay because let's see, 23 points here, plus that there. I don't know why you look so weirdly spaced out, but you do. Heard you talking about it before a bit. Is there gonna do another stream for gaming later? Yeah, so usually we stream 2 times a day, pretty consistently. We always do morning streams with art / our job because this allows me to be focused while also still doing my IRL job. And then usually towards the evening times around 6:30 p.m. is our gaming streams, aka the night streams. And the game that we're gonna be playing tonight, it's either gonna be Warframe again or we're gonna be playing some Yakuza, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii because low-key been kind of feeling that, you know? What time is it for me? It's currently almost 11 a.m. Almost 11. I am in mountain time. For me, it's almost 7 p.m. Nice. Yeah, I find that I have a lot of my audience is honestly just all a lot of my audience is mostly people who are across the pond and like a different time zone than me. So a lot of big stuff for that. A lot of big vibes there. All right, we'll leave that alone for now. Rocky Mountain National Park because we can. All right, and then cool. So we're about I think we're about halfway done with this one, actually. Which should be pretty easy. And thankfully, I'm going to finish this project, and then I'm going to have another one coming my way pretty dang soon. So, should be pretty fun there. Again, I don't like this whole thing where, like, they want, like, the most wide possible designs, but, like, the smallest name possible. Like, these are just not gonna work. Like, why would I put just the word Utah there? Like, that doesn't look good. All right, and then we're gonna go Salt Lake City, and then we're gonna go Utah. All right, so let's go ahead and make you a bit larger over here, and then can I make you decently larger without it being ridiculous? Kinda, sorta, maybe, not really. That moose looks like it's made of hair and nothing else. Yeah, the person who made this initial design, from what I've understood from my boss, we're supposedly backing away from this particular style. We call it the flowing style, which I think the idea was it being like looking like it was made of hair. But also, again, we're thankfully moving away from it, which, you know, no skin off my back, but it's definitely not like it's not the weirdest things, you know. No, like for a while, this one did do pretty decently, but I think at the end of the day, we kind of changed up our mood and our style a little bit. Well, I say style, but we're changing what we're making designs of, which again, I'm okay with. But yeah, Utah would not have been good here by itself. I'm hoping that like whoever decides to look at this is not gonna be like, well, we would have preferred if it was only the word Utah. It's like, unfortunately, I understand that, but the designs you requested would have made Utah look really bad. So I had to do what I thought was right. So, but yeah, so what's kind of nice, chat, is we are now officially in the end of our season here for one of our major like work periods. So at my job, chat, we have like certain sections of the year that are dedicated to certain types of events. Are you good with FPS games? I can play them, but I'm not anything to laugh about, you know? Like, I'm always middle of the bar. I'm not bottom. I'm sure as hell not top. I'm always very middle. I am casually average. But yeah, I don't mind FPS games. I just don't play them often enough to really have a proficiency in them. I like playing survival games, anything that involves crafting and running around and, you know, adventure and anything that's like really good with story. That's a huge one for me. I love a good story game. I love me a good story game. You should, in my opinion, play Titanfall 2. Nice! We actually have played Titanfall 2. I have a couple of shorts on that. You know what I really should have done? I should have totally recorded and published my VODs of Titanfall 2 because that was a good time. I felt pretty good about that one. That was a fun game. I miss it. Yeah, Titanfall 2 was really fun. I missed the OG days when it was like the multiplayer lobbies. Those were intense. Like peak Titanfall 2 lobbies were so crazy. Like they were always like, they were just something that you could not replicate again. Like you could not replicate Titanfall 2 peak lobbies. What's the third protocol? Protocol 3, protect the pilot. BT! I still cry about that scene. Yeah. You can play Titanfall about 10 times? Hell yeah. You know, I really think that if Titanfall 2 had a proper like longevity system built into itself, I guarantee you it still would have been a Game of the Year contender today. But also at the same time too, like I feel like the way that Titanfall ended, like in terms of like the game, I feel like Titanfall 2 ended in a way that allowed it to remain a GOAT amongst its peers while still being like a cult classic for a lot of like older gamers, you know? Because like the movement, amazing. The gunplay felt fun as hell. The Titan versus Titan combat, super fun. And again, like there's so many things that I do miss about like the whole adventure of those games, you know? I've said this like multiple times throughout my time on stream, but like I miss OG. I miss like the old-fashioned games from like the early 2000s, like basically the things from like 2010 and back, goated. Amazing. 10 out of 10. Like I would love to go back and have the games from go back, like I want to play all the games back from like 2016 and before, you know? Did you know that Helmet in the ending scene, sends a Morse code that says Jack? Damn. I did not know that. But that is pretty cool though. A raccoon. Which would be too, or otherwise still called Bluetooth is still alive. You know, I think I remember like hearing through like the grapevine that supposedly there is more Titanfall potential stuff, but like, you know, I feel like if they made Titanfall today, I feel like Titanfall today would just become a battle pass haven for a lot of people. Now, admittedly, I feel like Titanfall has a great potential to incorporate skins into their game without it being over the top and or, you know, unnecessary. You know what I mean? Like Titanfall 2 has every potential and ability to just be an amazing game. And like, you know, like getting like different type of like Titan skins, getting different types of like other really cool events and all that. Like Titanfall 2 could definitely be a more longevity based game. And I think that's like the fun thing about the game, you know? Like that's what I miss about a lot of like older style games is that, you know, games back then had longevity because one, everything was built and completed on release. Apex took away the potential from Titanfall 2 because technically the two are related, and since they need to give development to Apex, they forgot about Titanfall 2. Yeah, I mean, if anything, Apex Legends did kind of like bring about a fun battle royale system that I personally did enjoy to a degree, but like it really is unfortunate though when you see the sheer potential. And like, could Apex have had? I think, honestly, I feel like they could have totally made something a little bit more. Like, you could have done like a Warzone. Well, actually, no, that's what Apex is. I feel like you could have totally done a lot of like really cool side events with Apex, and like, imagine if we had Titans in Apex Legends. Like, oh, that would be so much fun. Like, imagine, like, you're running around as Pathfinder in Apex Legends, and out of nowhere you see Inbound Titan. What? It's like, wow. Like, I feel like adding a Titan in the game would just change the entire format of the possibilities by so much, you know? I feel like that's, like, just something that would definitely have changed around the gameplay in a good way, you know? In a moderately good way that just made it feel like it made sense, you know? But again, though, like, I enjoyed Apex Legends for the first few seasons, and then I eventually just kind of got annoyed at battle royales, because like the problem with me with battle royales is like, unless you are glued in to the wire about everything that happens in about like the patches and all those things, there are so many like meta changes and movement perks, and like, oh, we're reducing the damage of this gun by 5 points. Oh, we're increasing the movement speed of this champion by 30%. And it's like, wait, what? Why? In one of the trailers, they talked about a broken down Titan, and the trailer is technically after the main Titanfall 2 storyline. Guess who that could be? Nice. BT just becomes a freaking an Apex legend. That would be absolute cinema. Like the lore would just be like BT has to win a certain number of matches before he's allowed to be released, even though he's technically a Titan. Yeah, that would be pretty insane. Not even gonna lie, if that ever became like an actuality that they could somehow chase. And, you know, like I said, like I 100% think that, you know, did Apex deserve to be a game? 100%. You know, was it fun? Yes. I'm just not a battle royale kind of guy. I've never been a big fan of them, just because like battle royales are just overly competitive and toxic for me. Like for me, chat, I'm not the biggest fan of playing games that if you are not the best, you have no reason to even play the game. Like, and I knew some people who were like goated at the game. I knew people who were absolutely insane when it came to like the movement speed and the gunplay. Because like you basically have to train. You have to train yourself to play those kinds of games. And I guess like technicality wise, like every game is a training game, because you got to be able to, you know, actually hiking boot. You got to be able to train yourself over time to get more proficient at certain games. And like I'm trained to be pretty decent at Skyrim, in my opinion. I'm trained to be pretty okay at Skyrim, and you know, I would love to do a Skyrim hardcore mindset. You just had a concert for an Apex champion? Oh boy. See, like this one we can do as just Utah. Like this one can work. It's not, well, there's not really much what you could really done about that, so. So the champion is called Jack Cooper. After he either eliminates a certain amount of enemies or does a certain amount of damage, he can summon BT for like 40 seconds if that ain't too much. You know, I just thought of so like going off that idea, I thought of like a nifty, like a potential like secondary to that one. So the champion is called Scrapper, and what it is that he's an engineer style champion, and throughout the map he can dismantle weapons that he finds to convert into scrap metal. And then basically what he can do is that he can summon like little detection drones that can kind of like scurry on the floor and then say, oh hey, ping, found somebody. And then like another thing would be his ultimate, which can be charged faster by collecting scrap. He basically can summon down a half-chested torso of a Titan, and basically he can mount the half-chested Titan, and he becomes like a stationary turret for however long the turret survives. Like, it can probably have like a couple thousand health, but like, you know, like you said, like have like give like a timer situation. So basically, like his abilities would just be like, so like he'd be a support character where he could summon like little tickers, and the tickers would be alive, and then if someone's within a relative range, they would detect the sound of movement and then walk to somebody and then explode, doing like maybe like 30 damage to shield or something, and like 50 to unshielded individuals. And then and hear me out, he can also summon small drones to heal allies. That'd be kind of fun. Or to maybe like not like remove like from the healer's role, like what he can do is like he can summon a scavenger drone, and you can interact with it to pick what kind of things it can find. So like the scavenger drone has like maybe like a 100-meter radius from Scrapper, and then what it is that you can assign him to look for heavy ammo, and then if he finds heavy ammo within 100 meters, or if you point him at a pack, he can go fly to it, grab it for you, and then bring it in. Same thing where he could like within 100 meters he can grab champion cards and then bring it back in. Like that would be like my genuine concept for an Apex Legends champion, you know? Again, ultimate being turret that's partly a Titan, and it just is a stationary turret that can turn 180 degrees, and then a detection drone, and then a ammo pickup drone. And then like his passive is that he can see what weapons are inside crates, which technically that's just what Loba does. Like Loba can technically detect crates, but like Scrapper can detect weapons or something, which I don't know. I'll make some sketches for it and maybe submit it. Hell yeah, dude, do it. And if you get big bucks getting that, don't be afraid to say this was made during a stream with some random bro named NiccoSilverado. Don't you love it when people just make really cool ideas out of nowhere? Yeah, we'll leave that alone as is. All right, and then hiking boot, reorder. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, today's me a day. Today is gonna be a day. All right, and then this one again, Salt Lake City, Utah. Which on this one, I should be able to be fine on. So yeah, this guy, Salt Lake City. If the champion actually gets added, I'm giving you 70% of the credit for the idea and 30% to me for the sketches and stuff we share. There you go. Hell yeah, you know. I feel like, you know, that's like kind of like the fun thing about like making like characters for like combat style games, that like you get to just create some like if you really like just hit like some really wild harebrained schemes, you can make some really fun characters. And you gotta respect it. You gotta respect the craft of being able to create a character concept like that, you know. Ugh, I don't like this. Like, there's just so much, like, there's just such nothingness here. There's so much nothingness, and I don't like it. All right, guys, give me a second to do something IRL fast. I'll be right back, but enjoy the music and BRB. All right, guys, we're back in action. About the wait. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. And while I was gone, we got hit with a big old potential project that we got to worry about today. So we're gonna be dealing with that. Oh. What in the heckin' heck? Or not, I guess. What the heckin' heck? Interesting. What's up, Lucinda? Good to see you. Welcome back. Also, Pizzy, good to see you. Welcome back to the stream. Having a good time and a great day. Got caught on my phone last night when I was about to put it down and go to sleep. I am now on my school laptop. Nice. All right, we're back. Play some Geometry Dash for a bit. I'll be back in like 5. Have a good time, bro. Good luck and enjoy yourself. You have awesome news. What awesome news could you have? The coolest news in the newsdom? I feel like in this situation it would be much better if I just did like the elevation of Salt Lake City. I don't know. I don't like how little fill air there is here. Yeah. I don't know, man. This is one of those where it's like, it's Utah. I finally confessed to my girl best friend, and now she's like, hell yeah. Congrats on that, Lucindy. I'm glad to hear that that worked out for you. Those are always really scary moments, especially. But you know what? That's awesome. I hope you two find a way to enjoy yourself. And of course, to be in each other's presence. But that's awesome. We love that. All right, then we got Mountain Pines 2342, and then Salt Lake City, which again, kind of see if I can make that work for us here. Then I need to double check one quick thing here before I forget. Good enough. All right. I had to kind of do me some confirmations there to kind of see what the hell was going on here, but overall not a bad idea. What's up, Box? Good to see you, bro. Welcome back. Good to see you in the stream. All right, how we doing? We're kind of almost there. Just gotta get through all these assignments. We're taking our time, honestly. We're taking our time this week with trying to get all this project stuff done because I don't want to get issues here. So this is why I can't change the playback speed for the stream. Busy because this is not a recording. This is a live stream. Because Busy, if you're watching the stream from like current, you can't fast forward what hasn't been created yet. So yeah. if that helps you solve anything there. Like, you can probably change it from prior segments of the stream, but you can't fast forward what hasn't already been made. So yeah, video logic and such. Nope, I can't see my chat now. No, stop it. I already did. Hee. Nice. All right, and then we're gonna grab you. All right, let's see here. So the cut line reduces itself down to... I decided to post again because I was bored. Sure. Nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with posting again. 155. All right, we need 151.2 here. And we'll go down a singular point. And then 1.2. All right. And then by 0.5, survey says by 0.75. Okay, they're enough for us. Have a good time in the shower round, Pizzy. Be awesome, be amazing. And as always, thanks for being here. All right. And then we gotta go over here to the mini version of that guy. All right, there we go. All right, cool. So we got that working out pretty a-okay there. And then Otomi Black Bear. And again, that one we're just gonna do Salt Lake City because we are not putting the word we're not gonna put just the word Utah in there. That's kind of silly. Kind of silly, kind of redunculous at the end of the day, if I'm not gonna lie. So, and then all right, cool. All right, Salt. Nope. Salt Lake City. All right, there we go. All right, so I'll take care of that for the most part. And then this one's just gonna be the word Utah, which again, I don't like the word Utah because it's such a comedically small name. Like it's just itty bitty, and it's really annoying to have to work with because you can't make it look much bigger than what it already is, and it's like, okay. All right, so we're gonna grab this, boom, bam, grabbing that, slap you in the relative center. And then, can I make you in the center without this being a problem? Well, I can figure. I'll probably have to figure that out real quick because I'm thinking. There we go. Just a nice little blip and blob there. You know what I mean? Nice little blip and blob. All right, cool. So that takes care of those. So now we're gonna need to do here with this particular one. We're gonna grab these and then let's see about making you wider. But I think where that's located, that's pretty a-okay. I just want the length to be more acceptable. Okay, and now I just gotta get this like spacing between these sites to be a little bit better, and then we'll be pretty good, you know? We'll be just fine. Okay, there we go. All right. Cool. And then, I mean, that's about as good as it's gonna get, I guess, because, I don't know. I just hate having to incorporate the word Utah. Like, I would much rather do like the elevation or like the establishing date, because like that can at least take up better spacing on that bottom segment. But it's passable, I guess, you know. What's up, Grape C? Good to see you. Welcome back in. Always a pleasure to have you here in the stream. We're currently right now working on some more art projects today for some clients. Today we're doing a thing for Salt Lake City, Utah. So, yeah. All right, so we've gotten that there and done, and then we're gonna go over here. All right, and then the cut line being at magic numbers. The music's too strong for pleasant. I mean, it's enough for me, you know. It's got a good rhythm. It's like it's not slow enough to make me fall asleep, you know. It's not slow enough to make me fall asleep. That to me is like the biggest change. 178.6, and then 182 for now. What was the number I'm looking for again? Like 170, 172? Is chat shaked up? I don't know what that means. Is chat shaked up? 178.6. I don't know why I didn't think about that. 178.3. All right, I'm gonna grab this real quick here. I mean, very low, people. I mean, Grapesy, the biggest thing is, number one, you know, I try my best never to verbalize the people who are or are not in stream, because, you know, at the end of the day, I like to think that YouTube does not accurately dictate how many people were in the stream, because we had like 5 or 6 people talking, but it's a good rule of etiquette. It's a good rule of thumb to never really mention the high and lows of like the chat population, because what do you want, cat? I'm here then. But yeah, there's never. I don't think there's ever a reason to necessarily tell a streamer how many people are or are not in the stream, you know? I think it's important to be present, and, you know, if people are chatty, then people are chatty. And plus, you know, morning streams are not always the most active at the end of the day, because that's how it is, you know? People are chilling, people are sleeping, and people come and go all the time, you know? It's all a matter of waves, you know? It's all a matter of waves. And you just gotta appreciate and enjoy those when you can. All right, Otomi Black Bear, and then we're gonna go Mini, Yar Har, Teedly Doo. All right, so then that takes care of that one, and then we gotta go to Otomi Butterfly, which is the the butterfly actually might. Butterfly might be able to take that in there. What's up, Crown? Good to see you. Welcome in. It's exactly midnight. Crazy. That's wild. I mean, could I? Will I? That's the big question here. I don't know what this is gonna be like. Let's see. Because putting like the word Utah in there is, again, not the worst thing, but I just don't like the amount of space you're just throwing me in there. I don't know. I feel like in this situation, like this one kind of works with how the font is, but like, yeah, this one's more like rectangular and square, so like this way the design can actually be like legible for the most part. So can you ask if I'm black? Oh man, let's Let's figure that out together. Let's figure that out together, you know? This is actually just copious amounts of makeup. Like, insane amounts of makeup, you know? Doesn't erase anything? Well, that's idiotic. That is heckin' stupid. All right, so we got that one done, and then this is a client project of my own. This is actually a client project right now. What we're doing is we're just currently working on a series of designs for companies and individuals and people who are over at the Salt Lake City region, and we're just trying to get through this project right now because we're just trying to get through this project so we can get through this client work, because I have another project coming up pretty soon. It sounds like my supervisor is probably gonna throw me on to some other type of event project thing, so we're gonna see how that goes, and hopefully it's not gonna be too annoying or tedious. But if I can get through this project done today, then I can kind of cruise the rest of the evening, the rest of the afternoon away, and just be kind of chill, because I got something I want to do. I got something I need to kind of work on. But all right, 143.7. Let's see, what was the height here? 143.76. 143.76. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Chronic. Yeah, we'll get through this particular project relatively reasonably fast. It's nothing too over the top, thankfully, so not gonna lie, I was kind of surprised I've had to ban 2 people today. Usually I'm always like, usually it's like maybe like 1 every other day, but like, damn. Banning people for being stupid and attemptively racist is beyond dumb to me. Like, bruh. I can just tell they're gonna try to sneak in some kind of like racist comment later on. It's like, okay, you can shove off, because you don't need to be in my stream if you're gonna be that stupid. I kind of wish they weren't in this, they weren't banned, so I could just tell them they're stupid to their face. Just tell them, hey, you dumb. You silly Billy. All right, so we're just about 2/3 of the way done with this series of designs, and overall nothing too over the top. Actually, we're really close to being done, actually. Got only a couple more things to work on, then we just gotta do some checkups, and then we're basically done for the day. Well, we're done with that major project, and then we have like a minor project that's coming on later up. But we'll finish up this project today, chat, and then we'll take our regular scheduled break, and then I'm gonna kind of debate on what I'm gonna play tonight. It might be a 50-50 day where we'll do half Warframe, half Yakuza, but we'll kind of see where the day goes, because I'm kind of up in the air right now. I haven't been up in the air in a hot second, because I've been so dedicated to a plan for content these past couple of days. Like, I really should probably continue doing more of my Warframe stuff, if I'm being honest. I just haven't had time to like really like make it a thing. I've not had time to make it a thing. I do appreciate when my videos actually do some decent attention and love. No, my musica, donde está? Donde está? Hold on. Gotta bring it back. Gotta bring it back. Yeah, we'll do this one, why not? We'll give this one a runabout, because we can. All right. Anywho, detected the music of somebody else. Imagine. Oh man, it's fine. We'll work it out. Ain't no problem. Ain't no thing. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. The one down Drury Lane? Yes. Yes, that's one. Zellifer, good to see you. Welcome in. Been a good time and a beautiful day, evening, morning, and afternoon. Always a pleasure to see you here in the stream. We're just kind of chilling out today, working out some art projects today. Going to be productive, going to do good things, and motivated. That's a big one for us. We're feeling pretty motivated today, which I'm very thankful for. You know, she's married to the Muffin Man. No, I was going to tap that. All right, got a big old moose thing right there. And then, what do you got going on here? Salt Lake City. All right, let's see here. My lips are chapped as hell today. I don't like it. I don't like it, mates. That means I'm gonna be in pain tomorrow. Very dry. Very dry in my region. I don't appreciate it very much. I was gonna tap that as the plot of Shrek 1. God. Alright, Salt Lake City. And then we're gonna go Utah. And then they want a secondary line here for the elevation. I can probably modify it a little bit. So like what we'll do here is computer. Thank you. All right, we're gonna make it like a V. So we're gonna go elevation and then 4,226 feet, and then Utah. That way it kind of maintains the V-shaped hierarchy of the type, because we might as well keep it reasonable. And about like right there, I'd say, give or take. That's not too bad. All right. Salt Lake City, elevation, Utah, looking good. So like that's like the one design I think I've been able to actually like incorporate Utah and not hate myself for it. All right, now we're good. So yeah, we got this design. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to work on. So we'll get it done. Get it done nice and reasonably. When I'm building in Hightail, I say that kind of thing too. I don't hate that. I mean, you know, you gotta be honest with yourself when you're doing buildings. You know, you gotta like step back and think, okay, it's got some potential. Got some ideas. All right, so then that takes care of that. Salt Lake City elevation, and then Utah with a moose on it. Here's the icon circle, 23464, Salt Lake City. Okay. Wonder how salty the lake actually is. It's actually like insane salty. Like it's basically pure salt. Yeah, the actual like salt lakes of Utah are pretty intense to look at. Like miles upon miles of just salt, just sun-dried, lake salt. Like, I think you would actually, I think it's salty enough that if you were to like jump into it, you would just instinctually float. Are they like the Dead Sea? You know, I couldn't say. I could not say. But I definitely know that you could not drink out of it safely. I don't think there's anything you could do to, I don't think there's anything you could actually do to those lakes to make it like a monicum of safe to drink. The Dead Sea is super weird. You know, I actually don't know much about the Dead Sea. All I know is that it exists. All I know is that the Dead Sea happens to exist. It's like gelatin. that would probably throw me off a little bit. Not gonna lie, that would throw me off just a little bit. You pee in it, it's like peeing in a bowl. Oh God. Why are you not loading up? Load, damn you. Oh my God, my hard drive keeps getting fuller and fuller like every day. Like I gotta figure out how I can like make my hard drive not suck, because I swear to God, like I have had to resync this thing so many times. Oh my God. I either need a new computer, or I need to figure out what the hell, because for some ungodly reason, my computer this computer is slowly becoming a lot harder to work with. It's becoming a lot harder to do just about anything with, because like designs are getting a lot more complex, they're getting thicker. It takes me like once a month, like once a week, I gotta like resync the thing. Shenanigans, man. Why is this thing taking a million years? Stop it. Why? I just need this thing to open. What do you mean you're locked or in use? Ugh, I hate this thing. Oh, biscuits and gravy. Yeah, I gotta figure some stuff out here, because like this is gonna throw me off the wall. Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna restart my computer, because I don't appreciate this thing being a brat. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get this thing a good little. And yes, yeah, we are. And for those who don't know, we are doing a dual PC setup. So yes, I can restart this computer without losing my actual stream, just because I gotta do my business there. So yeah. But anyway, guys, because the workload is a little bit on the have I not adjusted this camera? Jesus. But yeah, guys, because the workload today is a bit on the lower side, and because we don't have as much as I would like to do in terms of like just general content, we are gonna go ahead and end it just slightly earlier than usual. As I said, I'm gonna try to do some prep work, and then assuming that everything goes awesome, amazing, and well, we're gonna have either a Warframe night or a Pirate Yakuza day. Either way, we're gonna have a lot of fun with it, because I'm gonna be playing some really cool games I've been wanting to play for a hot second. But as always, though, guys, be happy, be awesome, be well. I'll catch you guys all on the next stream. And before I do forget, chat, we do have an upcoming long form video coming out of an indie game that I was trying out the other day. And I hope you guys are ready to see a really cool one for that. But again, though, be amazing, be well, and as always, adios, sayonara, goodbye. Thank you guys all.